Hey gamers, I am Syber7. Hope we're all well, guys. Well, I've had a busy weekend this weekend, especially Saturday, as I went on a road trip with a certain YouTuber. Now I'm going to mention his name. If you don't know who it is, don't worry too much about it. But it's Syber Deloro. Anybody? No? Oh well, just Syber Deloro. But all joking aside, Daz and I arranged to go to London this weekend to visit 2 retro stores and to meet up with a fantastic YouTuber and now a great friend as far as I'm concerned. So before I get into that, backtrack a little bit, and as I said, Daz now turns up at my door at around 25 to, actually no, it's 9:15, rapping on the door, and ends up in here and standing where I'm now sitting. He did a bit of filming, did a bit of Mickey taking out my accent, ransacked my room, and then we decided to hit the road and get off to London, which was around 25 to 10. Now it was intending to be about a 2.5 hour journey, which ended up being a 4-hour journey for the first part of the journey there, as the road bottlenecked on the verge of London and added an hour and a half onto our journey, which kind of dampened the spirits for both of us. Especially with the on and off weather, with the rain. It was pretty naff, to be honest with you, and it was quite warm as well, warm and rain and then sunshine. It was all over the place, but the traffic was the worst. But we managed to get through and get to the first port of call, which was Retro Game Base. Now this is where Daz has been previously, and he's said good things about the place, and a lot of people said, you know, you get really good money for your items if you want to sell them there, or you get good trades. So we intended to go down there and see what we could pick up, but also this is where we was going to meet the certain YouTuber. We got there and in we strolled, and as promised, the retro godfather himself was waiting there, Dahl. Me and Daz have wanted to meet this guy properly for a long time, because of his massive and amazing collection, which I will show you later on. But as I say, we met up with him. We went in the shop, had a look around. There's that word again, butch. It does mean look over this way. But we looked around and was pretty disappointed. Not for the fact that there was hardly anything in there, but the service that we had there, because the chap behind the counter was very abrupt, not a very nice person to talk to, and just did not want to help us at all. So my business was not going in that shop anyway. I had every intention not to trade anything in there anyway, and Daz was pretty fuming about that. But he's got a part 2 to his video if you haven't watched his part 1, and I no doubt he's going to be talking heavily about Retro Game Base, so I'm going to leave that to him. But as I say, we went to Retro Game Base, no joy for me. Daz did get a couple of games and traded a few items, but he did want to sell what he had, but with no luck. So we left there, me, Daz and Dahl, and then we headed off then to the second port of call, which was Play Nation. Now that is where I wanted to go, to be honest. And as I say, I was heading down there, heavy traffic again. So we pulled in for a rest in a garage, and we had a phone call from Ocarina fella himself, Carl, which was going to meet us at the garage, and then he was going to give us a quick route down to Play Nation. So half an hour went by, we had something to eat, we stretched our legs, and then we waited, and lo and behold, he turned up in his little sports car. How he fitted in that car I will never know, but he rolled up in style, and we then proceeded from there to Play Nation, which took us probably about an hour or so, I think. I'm not too sure, but that made us even later again, so we didn't really get there till about 3ish. So rolled up, got into Play Nation, and there was a couple of guys there, or should I say there was one YouTuber there, which waited patiently for a good 2 hours, I think, and I got to thank him so much for hanging on just to meet me, because I feel quite privileged that he put himself out and hung around for that long just to have a chat with me. So we bumped into the one and only 2D Rob. What a guy. He's the biggest guy I've ever seen. I was straining my neck to look up to, to talk to the guy, but he, on his videos, is a fantastic YouTuber, but to meet the guy in person is an absolute pleasure. The guy is just so kind, so respectful. He talks games, he knows about his games, and it's just a pleasure to be around. He's absolutely a top bloke, and as I say, for him to wait just to meet myself and meet up with Daz again, I got to thank him very much for that, because it's just, it just shows what commitment people on YouTube and the community have got. You know what I mean? So, Rob, thank you very much, my friend, for staying around, sticking around, and hanging around with us for a few hours, because we was in Play Nation for around 3 hours, and there was plenty in there, believe me. We ransacked the main cupboards, because there was a lot of cabinets, one cabinet or 3 cabinets especially, with really good items in, and I had my eye on one item, which I'm going to show you in a bit, but there was a fair few items. As I say, I had a good trade from there, because I got rid of all my PAL N64 games and my console. My console went to a certain YouTuber. No doubt he will be showing it in a future video. Also sold one of my games to Daz, but the rest went on trade, and had a fairly good trade, with also what I'd sold to the other pair. Not going to mention the one YouTuber. I managed to buy a certain item which I will show, but first, before I show you that item, let's have a look at this. This is a little bit of filming I did in Play Nation, so you can just check out the insides. And I've got to say thanks to the guys for allowing me to film in there and just have a quick wisp around with my phone. So you may see a few people in there that you recognise, but take a look at this.
He wanted that. He wanted So 136, I'll do all for 135 for you.
Mr. Deloro. Right guys, that was just a quick run round Play Nation games for you, the insides, and I've got to say, brilliant layout, fantastic shop, great bunch of lads who own it, and highly recommended if you're ever thinking of going down that way. Do pop in, go say hello to the guys and check out what they've got, because they've got a really great selection of not just retro stuff, but they've got modern gaming as well, so you won't go wrong by popping in there and saying hello and having a look. But where I started filming from, I did film from the glass cabinets, and that was where all the good stuff was, retro-wise. But, as you can see, it was all picked clean by the likes of me, Daz, Dole, and another fella. But in there, before, or should I say, just after I bought the item I'm going to show you, there was a game I was also going to grab, but I got caught slipping and lost out on it, and it was an American version of Conker's Bad Fur Day. There was 10 N64 games, American ones in there, and I seen this and it was a great price. I thought, I've got to have that as well. Well, as I was going to get it, I ended up speaking to Champion 2D Rob again. The conversation was about slipping, funny enough. And while talking to Rob, a guy come in and he bought all 10 N64 games, including the Conquer's Bad Fur Day. So I did miss out on that, but not too fussed. There's always another time. But what I picked up from PlayNation, I'm absolutely happy to have, because it's a very, very expensive title. And with the trades that I had, also with what certain YouTubers bought off me, I got this game for an amazing price. And it allows me now to finish off this series of fighting games on a system that is very expensive to buy for. How it come about is I've seen a video that PlayNation did a week previous of a selection of Neo Geo cartridge games, and there was two I was interested in. One was Polestar and the other was King of the Fighters 2003. Now the one had gone Polestar, but they still had King of Fighters, and I asked him to save it for me, and he actually did. And I got down there, checked it out, me and Dar, because Minx36 Craig, he did mention to me, because of the price that it was going for, he said you want to check it in a conversion, and I have to wholeheartedly say, mate, it's not a conversion. Me and Dar checked this over, and it is the real deal. So for an amazing price, I picked myself up King of the Fighters 2003. And this is the real deal, seriously. I'll show you the cartridge. Great condition cartridge. And it's got the SNK logo on the side there. Pins are in great condition. You've also got your baggie with the manual in. And the inside of the box, the clan box, has got the old SNK inside. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with what I've picked up, because, as I say, this game can go for quite a bit of money on eBay, and the chances of me really picking this up would have been next to impossible to pick up at the price I was asking on eBay. But with all the trades that I traded in, as I say, and what I sold, I got it for an absolute steal. So keep your eyes out, guys, because I will be finishing this collection. I've got 5 more in the series to collect. And then I'll have all King of the Fighters for the Neo Geo, so that's a great collection I'm looking forward to finishing off. But it didn't end there. We did go on from PlayNation, and we went somewhere where I'm not going to mention, because that's going to be in part 2. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. I just want to say, firstly, thanks to Carl Ocarina fella, Rob, Champion 2D Rob, for being at PlayNation and meeting up. Great to see you guys again. Looking very much to meeting up with you again. And to the guys in PlayNation, great shop. Fantastic journey down there. Absolutely enjoyed it. Hope to get down there again real soon. So this is the end of part 1, guys. And then we'll talk more about the trip in part 2. So as always, guys, I am Syber 7. Keep playing. Keep watching.